Hello, hello, hello. This is Adrienne Obi, Capricorntigres of Astrology, alookinside.com. And I am coming to you with new moon readings. It is the new moon, the first real new moon of 2020. And it is occurring tomorrow. It will be occurring in the sign of Aquarius. It'll be occurring at 4 degrees of Aquarius. And I just thought I would make a note of all of this. So let's talk about what's going to happen when the sun and the moon are together at 4 degrees of Aquarius. So the first sign I'm going to start with is the sign of Aries. Aries, this is going to be affecting your 11th house, your natural 11th house. That is the house of communication. Well, actually, it's the house of friendships and associations and groups. And so communicating with friends. So the reason I'm thinking communication too is because of where Mercury is. But it's your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, the things that you most aspire to. Aspirations is a great word for the 11th house, aspirations. So this Aries, I think, is going to be a time where you're going to have 2 weeks where you can really put forth a lot of effort into achieving your aspirations. Also making new friends. This is going to be a great time to make new friends, new groups, new associations, new organizations. You might find that you might even be put into a position of leadership in some of these groups and things. Also, I tend to associate the 11th house with social media. I know a lot of people think of the third house because it's communication, but no, it's the 11th house because it's the gregarious house. It's the house of friendships, getting to know people, talking with people, hanging out with people. And so I sense this is going to be a big area for Aries over the next 2 weeks. Okay. Now, there is a lot of emphasis still in your 10th house because of that Capricorn. So be aware of that. But the planets, even, are slowly but surely trickling into Aquarius. And then as the month goes on, it's going to move into even Pisces. So we're going to be dealing with 10th, 11th house, and 12th house issues over the next few weeks. Okay. Just wanted you guys to know that. This is just a quick new moon update. Wanted to keep you guys on top of these things. And let's see, I'll be back for your February reading. But I think this is just about all I need you guys to know. Just know that on the 3rd of February, that Mercury does go out of Aquarius into Pisces. So as I said, it all starts to trickle into the Pisces. And oh, by the way, on the 7th, Venus goes into your sign, Aries. Yeah, Venus goes into Aries. That's beautiful. That's a very good sign for Aries. And I think you guys are just going to start really enjoying the month of February, okay? Much love and light to you, Aries. And if you haven't already, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. Like and share our videos, but subscribe to the channel and get to hang around. Be sure to hit the bell so that when I upload new videos, you'll be able to get a hold of those. Okay. Much love to you. Next, we have the sign of Taurus. Taurus. So this is occurring in your 10th house, Taurus. This is major for Taurus. Major. Taurus is, I think you're getting a boost, to your ambitions, to your image, your reputation. I think your ambitions and your career. You may have been putting a lot of emphasis into getting ahead in your career, Taurus. And I think this might be the time that it really starts to pay off. I could see that many Tauruses may have either gone back to school or maybe gotten some additional education, been looking at educating themselves, I think, over the last few months. And now they're really going to be able to put that new found education into reality when they, it all culminates there in the 10th house of career and reputation. The only thing I would say, I mean, it is Aquarius. And so if there could be some issues with maybe different out of the blue things happening, maybe with a boss, if you have a boss, or just in your career or your reputation or image, or just out of the blue. Okay, that could happen. The other thing I wanted to make note of is that slowly but surely there will be some emphasis moving into your 11th house of hopes, dreams, and wishes. The sun will move into Pisces on the 18th of February, and Venus is going to be in Pisces. Well, it's there now, and actually Venus goes into Aries on the 7th of February, which would put it in your 12th house, Taurus. So I would take advantage of this time now, and with Venus in the 11th house for Tauruses, you may have had a really positive time with friends, building new friendships, joining groups, being a part of things, and I do see a wonderful month for your career. Okay, Tauruses. Well, I hope this helps in some way. This was just a quick overview, a full moon reading, just something real quick to tie you over for the next 2 weeks while the moon is new and emanating and illuminating Aquarius in your chart, which is your career house, your 10th house. And that is a beautiful place for the sun and all of those of the emphasis, like the moon and the sun and Mercury to be. Okay. Much love and light to you, Taurus. Please take a moment to like and share our videos, and be sure to subscribe to our channel, and be sure to hit that little bell so that you're aware of whenever I'm uploading new videos to the channel. Much love and light to you, Taurus. May you have a beautiful new moon in Aquarius. Up next, I have the sign of Gemini. Gemini, Gemini. Well, this is all occurring, this new moon anyway, is occurring in your 9th house. And it's a really unique house because it's the natural house of Sag, which is opposite of Gemini. But I think with Aquarius being there, it's actually a good thing for Gemini, because Aquarius and Gemini are trying each other. And so they make a harmonious connection. And I think that Geminis are going to be learning a lot. It's the 9th house is the house of higher learning. So there could be some education, just some additional training that you guys might be going through. There could be some travel. It's possible that you could be looking into legal things, into religious things, philosophy, even looking deeper into subjects like astrology. And so it's a very, very important time. There might even be some, how to say this, I want to say psychic experiences, but what I'll say is spiritual experiences. It's the God principle, the that the miracle experiences. So some Geminis might actually experience some of that right now. The other thing I would like to say to Geminis is, well, we're dealing with Mars in your 7th house. So there's a lot of emphasis on other people right now. And I think with Chiron in the 11th house in your natural chart, there might be some sadness or healing that might have to take place when it comes to other people. So if you're in a situation where you get an opportunity to heal a relationship, or heal perhaps an old friendship or something of that nature, take advantage of this opportunity. Okay. Much love and light to you, Gemini. Just a quick overview of for the new moon, how the emphasis, or where the emphasis will be for most of the next 2 weeks, and just something to give you some insight on where that emphasis is going to be. Remember, it's in the God house, the travel house, the education house, the legal house. Well, it could be international publishing. So if you're a writer or a publisher, or someone who wants to get their word out, Gemini, this could be a good time. All right. Much love and light to you, Geminis. Next, I have the sign of Cancer. Cancer. Cancer, the emphasis is occurring in your eighth house. The eighth house is the house of, well, secrets. A lot of times secrets are there. Also, our ability to just to speak to other people, um, to, to expose, it's that deep hidden, that dark hidden stuff that we don't always expose or talk to. A lot of times, transits that are big in the eighth house indicate a time of therapy or going to a therapist or a psychiatrist or dealing with psychological issues. Please be aware of that. Also, it is a house of, a metaphysical house. So there could be some unique experiences, maybe like, ESP or, was that extrasensory perception or any type of psychic experiences that could be highlighted for Cancer, especially since the eighth house is the natural house of Scorpio, and Scorpio is trine Cancer. And so this is flowing. This is a flow with Cancer. And I think with the last full moon was in Cancer, in your first house and the North Node is there, I really think you guys might be picking up on unspoken words, psychic activity, understanding things on an unspoken level, if that makes sense. Also, the eighth house is, well, it's sexual in nature. I always talk about that, but the eighth house also has to deal with money. So there could be some emphasis on money, perhaps money that's owed to you. It could be taxes. It could be money owed to you by business or something of that nature. Also, the eighth house is your partner's money. So you could be dealing with that, especially since there's such a huge amount of planets in Capricorn in your seventh house. So some Cancers could be dealing with their partner, or dealing with their partner and their partner's money, or their partner as it pertains to their own money. Okay, so just wanted to give you a quick rundown about that. And really, that's where most of the emphasis is going to be over the next 2 weeks for Cancer. There is Mars that's in your sixth house, so I think some Cancers may be dealing with some health issues and also work issues. So those also might come into play at this time. I will say this, with all of those planets in Capricorn, in your seventh house, and now we've got the planets in the eighth house, but Uranus is direct in the 11th house. So what I would, if I had some issues with friends, I would take time to talk it out. Like I said, the eighth house is deep hidden things, the ability to talk about secrets. And so I hope if something does come up between you and your groups or your friends or associates, or even your partner, that you take this time to talk it out. Okay, because you can get to the heart of things when the new moon is in the eighth house. All right. Much love and light to you, Cancer. Take a moment to like and share our videos, and be sure to subscribe to our channel. Be sure to hit the little bell so that you are aware whenever I'm uploading new videos. And thank you so much for your patronage. I appreciate all of you Cancers who come and watch and reach out to me. Much love to you all. So next I have the sign of Leo. Leo. Leo, the emphasis is occurring in your seventh house. And the seventh house is the house of partnerships. It's partnerships of all kinds. This is like romantic partnerships. It could be business partnerships. It could be partnerships that you're doing in like, just in general, anything that has to do with partnerships of all kinds. And there's a lot of emphasis in that area as well as in your sixth house of work. So I wonder if the partnerships might not be work oriented. Also, the seventh house is also known for enemies. It's where we have our open enemies. And so it is possible that some Leos could be dealing with issues involving open enemies. And so this could be something that you've been dealing with, or really it's coming to the forefront, I think, over the next 2 weeks. If this is at all an issue for you, you might find that over the next 2 weeks, it all comes out in the wash. And you'll find out exactly who those enemies are if you don't know. Now, the other thing is that there was some emphasis in the 12th house for you guys on that last full moon in Cancer, which fell in your 12th house. And the North Node is there, and there was the eclipse there. So I'm wondering if some secret enemies did either manifest, or they've come to the surface all of a sudden, and you're dealing with the possibility of now an open enemy. So that's a possibility. Do be aware of that. One of the things that is in a way in your favor, it's more than in a way, it is in your favor, is that Mars is in Sagittarius in your fifth house. And the fifth house is luck, it's romance, it's dating, it's taking chances, it's gambling, it's taking risks, it's entrepreneurship, it's children, it's laughter, it's dancing, it's all of the fun things, I think, in life. So whenever Mars is there in the fifth house, you might have a real urge to have fun. After all, the fifth house is your house, Leo. It is your own home. And so you guys have been really feeling that with Mars in your own home. And I'm just hoping that a lot of you guys have gotten into, I want to say got back to the child in you, but just that part of us that knows how to have fun, so that you got back to the fun part of you. It could have been really heavy, with so many planets in the sixth house. So many of you might have been working so hard, or your health might have been affected over the last month or so. So I'm hoping that you're taking advantage of that Mars in the fifth house, and that it is increasing your fun, and not making you aggressive in relationships, because that's another way it can come out. So anyway, I just wanted to go over the fact that there is a lot of emphasis in the seventh house. Try not to be aggressive in your relationships if that has been an issue that's cropped up. And just know that you've got 2 weeks with this new moon in the seventh house, I think, to heal your relationships, your partnerships. The sun and moon are going to be there, and Mercury up to the seventh. So if there's some issues that you really want to, or excuse me, up to the third, Mercury changes on the third. But if there are things, issues that you feel like you needed to work out with your partner, I believe this is the time to do it. I think that you could actually, especially with Mercury there, be able to actually talk about the things that are sincerely bothering you in your relationship. So good luck with that. I really hope that works out for you. Leo, this is pretty much all I really wanted to talk about with you guys tonight, because this is a new moon reading, and I'm dealing with the next 2 weeks of the new moon. I will say this, though. You guys have Uranus direct in your 10th house. Some Leos may be experiencing some topsy-turvy, sudden, out-of-the-blue things in their career. And, it went direct on the 10th. So over the last 13 days, you guys might have experienced something. I'm hoping that with this new moon, the sun and moon in Aquarius, that the emphasis will start moving into partnerships of all kinds. And if that's an issue, maybe you're having trouble dealing with partnerships at your work, that could be part of it. So do be aware of that, and get luck in that, Leo. Again, not sure if I said it already, but please be sure to like and share our videos, and make sure you take a moment to subscribe to the channel, and be sure to hit that little bell. When you do, it will notify you whenever I'm uploading new videos, and it'll help you stay in touch. Okay? Much love and light to you, and happy new moon in Aquarius, Leo. Up next, I have the sign of Virgo. Virgo. Well, Virgo, most of this, well, all of the, most of the emphasis this month or over the next 2 weeks is going to be in that area where this new moon is occurring, which is the sixth house. And the funny thing about that, Virgo, is that the sixth house is your house. It's the natural home of Virgo. And so there's the sun's going to be there. The new moon is going to be there. I believe we've even got, no, we've got Mercury. We have Mercury in Aquarius until the 3rd. And so there's emphasis on your work. You've been thinking about your work. You've been dealing with your work. Your work is front and center in your life. Also, you may have been dealing with issues with health. And if you haven't, these are the issues that are really kind of coming into play. But I think when we're dealing with the moon and the sun, which are luminaries, I think that it's highlighted. It's not a negative, but I think a positive. And so I do, especially since it's the sixth house, which is your natural house, Virgo. So you may get some sudden, out of the blue creativity, sudden ideas, unique thoughts, all of these things occurring over the next couple of weeks. So be aware of that. Also, there's still the emphasis of Capricorn in your fifth house. So there is still emphasis on your hopes, or on like romance, dating, taking chances, taking risks, um, going for it, even though it might be a little scary, but taking a risk when, it might be a little scary. Saturn and Pluto are there, and so is Jupiter. The only thing I would say is, don't let Jupiter take you into risks that are not stable, so make sure you're taking what they call a sure risk. Mars is in your fourth house, so be aware that there could be some sudden aggression in your home or sudden activity in your home. I you, I would say if you need extra protection in your home, this would be the time to get extra protection in your home as well. All right, Virgo. Well, much love and much light to you. Again, this was just a quick 2-week new moon reading for Virgo. And I will be back for February readings. This will affect you over the next couple of weeks. And, may you have good luck in your work and in your romance as well. Much love to you, Virgo. Please take a moment to like and share our videos. And if you haven't already, take a moment to subscribe to the channel, and be sure to hit that little bell down there so it'll let you know whenever I'm uploading new videos. All right? Much love to you. So up next, I have the sign of Libra. Libra. Well, Libra, this is a really interesting for you because this actually is occurring in your fifth house of romance. So it's a very positive time for Libra, I believe, with the new moon and the sun occurring in Aquarius. Mercury's there for a hot minute. So what I would do if I were a Libra is I would take advantage of all the love. There should be lots of good vibes. I think it's a trine, which is positive. It's flowing with Libra. And so I believe that this is a positive time for Libra. Children might come into play, uh, taking chances, risks, gambling might come into play, building your own business or starting an entrepreneur venture might come into play. But it's really about children and laughter and good times and parties and dancing and enjoyment. whenever I see the fifth house, I think of a good time. It's enjoyment of all kinds. And um, I think of laughter and joy and things of that. It's also a royal house. So um, some Leos, or excuse me, Libras might be getting the royal treatment while the sun and moon are in the Leo house, which is the fifth house. And so I can see that occurring as well. There is Capricorn, which is still down, influencing your home life. And so some Libras may have some restrictions or things occurring that throw them off their game in their home life. But I think for the most part, with Jupiter there, you should be fine with your home life. Mars is in the third house for you, which is in Sagittarius. So a lot of Libras may be communicating. I mean, just opening up and communicating like you really haven't done in a while. I can see a lot of Libras doing that. Okay, so you guys, I just want you to know this is just a quick overview new moon reading. I'm going to do another one for February a little bit later, but I did want to do a new moon reading, something that I could throw up here for you guys and give you an idea of where the flavor will be for the next 2 weeks in your life. Okay. Well, much love and light to you, Libra. Take a moment to like and share our videos. And if you haven't already, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel. Be sure to hit the little bell down there so that you know when we're uploading new videos to our channel. And just want to send out much love, much light, many blessings, and may you have a beautiful couple of weeks. All right. Many blessings to you. So up next, I have the sign of Scorpio. Scorpio. Okay, so Scorpio, this emphasis is happening in your fourth house. This is your home life. You know, the fourth house is also known as the house of endings. And so some Scorpios may be ending some things, or you may feel an urge or need to end some things. It may just be that there's things happening in your home life, and so you're dealing with, because Uranus, not Uranus, Aquarius, which is ruled by Uranus, could indicate sudden, unexpected activity, and it's in your home. So I could see how this could affect some of you. Scorpio, it is square too. Aquarius is square Scorpio. And so there's a little bit of friction and it's happening in your home. I would be careful of arguments in my home with any of the people that live with me. And I would just be aware of um, maybe coming on a little too strong in my communications. And I say this because Pluto is in Capricorn, Saturn is in Capricorn, and Jupiter is in Capricorn. And they're in your third house of communications, and you may, yeah, some words may come out that may cause some issues. So be aware of that. Um, Venus is in your your fifth house, though, Scorpio. So I sense that love may have been a big factor in your life too, over the last, well, at least since the 13th, over the last 10 days, and definitely into the beginning of February. So enjoy the love, Scorpio, enjoy the love. Now, there could be some sudden unexplained things with your relationship because, Uranus is in your seventh house, but overall, I think the emphasis is going to be primarily in your fourth house, in your home, maybe with your children, but family. It's going to be a lot of emphasis on family. All right. Well, much love and light to you, Scorpio. This has just been a quick rundown, a quick overview of where or how you may be affected over the next 2 weeks with the new moon in Aquarius, falling in your fourth house. All right. So I hope this was helpful in some way. Please take a moment to like and share our videos, and also take a moment to forget to subscribe to our channel. Subscribe to our channel and be sure to hit the little button down there. Whenever you do that, it will notify you of when I'm posting videos onto the channel. So you can stay on top of that, okay? Well, much love and light to you, Scorpio. Many blessings to you. So up next, I have the sign of Sagittarius. Hello, Sagittarius. Hello. Well, the emphasis is occurring in your third house, Sagittarius. This is that area of communication. It could be short distance travel, you know, traveling in your car, your bicycle or motorbike, buses or trains, or some type of maybe even walking around your neighborhood. It could have something to do with your neighbors, people that are in your local vicinity. It also could have or affect your automobile or, you know, your car, because the third house is local community or local travel, and that's affecting the car. It also could be trains or buses or any method that you use to travel on a short distance travel. With the sun and the moon and Mercury occurring in this third house of communications, I could see how travel and your neighborhood, your local community are going to take forefront, center stage, and communication. And this is communication of all kinds. It could be over the phone, it could be written communication, it could be face to face, but it's just the act of communicating and speaking to someone else or getting your word out. It could even be writing. But this is where your emphasis is, and especially up until the third, when that's when Mercury goes into Pisces. But even Mercury is there, so it's a lot of communication. And this is the natural home of Mercury. So while Mercury is sitting in your third house, it's at home in one of the strongest locations it can be. Also, there is still that emphasis in Capricorn in your second house. And some Saggies may have felt some restriction on their finances over most of 2019. It Jupiter is in Capricorn now, and so we got that boost of Jupiter, which is helping to hopefully bring in more finances or improve our finances. But just know, while your Saturn is in Capricorn, which is up until March 23rd, Sagittarius will continue to feel this, whatever that restriction is in the area of money. Okay. All right. And I just wanted to say that there could be some unexpected things happening in your work life. I would be cautious about how I communicate to others at work. With the emphasis and new moon in Aquarius in your third house, the sun and moon and Mercury there, and then Uranus being in the sixth house, which is the natural ruler of Aquarius, but also the natural home of Mercury. I'm thinking that your communication and what you say and how you say it may affect what occurs in your work. So be aware of that. Talk very, be very just deliberate in your speech. I think that's the best bet. Also, Mars is in Sagittarius in your first house right now, Saggy. So you've got an urge to push forward, and maybe this might affect, you might be a little over aggressive with the speech or with yourself or pushing forward. So be aware of that so that you don't cause any sudden, unexpected changes to your work, or, or say something that could cause issues that way. So this is basically what I see over the next few weeks. Just a quick overview for you, Saggy. Nothing real special. I want you to remember about the speech, and also to be cautious with your money as usual during this time. We might have been a little over exuberant with the money over the last few weeks, ever since Jupiter got into Capricorn. So be aware of that, okay? All right, Saggies. Well, much love and light to you. And take a moment to like and share our videos. And if you haven't, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Be sure to hit that little bell down there, which will make sure that you are notified whenever I'm uploading a new video to the channel. Okay? Much love to you. So 1 second, let me get a sip here. Okay, guys. Sorry I'm live. This is what happens. So, okay. So next up, we have the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn. And I am a Capricorn, so I can relate to whatever it is I'm about to say here. Okay, Capricorns. So for Capricorns, the emphasis of this new moon is going to be occurring in the second house. And this is your second house of money. The sun's going to be there, the moon's going to be there, and Mercury's going to be there. So I think that a lot of Capricorns are going to have their mind on their money. I always say the mind on the money, money on the mind. It's true, Cap. I can already feel the mind on the money ever since Mercury has gotten into Capricorn. But we're really going to feel this. And, you know, the sun's now in Aquarius, Mercury and Capricorn. Mercury has gotten into Aquarius. Now the sun's in Aquarius, and on the tomorrow the moon will be in Aquarius. So there's emphasis on the money, Capricorn, and also what we have to give. You know, so just be aware of that. We might find that we're interacting more, or we're being asked to interact more, or to give more of ourselves, of our time, of our effort, because it's the second house. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of thought on money, and you might shine when it comes to money, Capricorn. It's been a long time since Capricorns have had the chance to shine in money, but I think this is our time, especially over the next 2 weeks, Cap. I think this is the time that Capricorns can really pull through on the area of money. And I want you guys to really take advantage of this, because what you might not realize is as of the 23rd of March, Saturn is going to move from our first house into our second house of money, which means we're going to be working harder at making money, and making money might become harder. So either or both of those things. So be aware of that. Also, I do want to mention that Venus will be going into, let's see, Aries on the 7th. And also that Venus is in Pisces right now. So I think I'll talk about where Venus is right now, and we'll talk about February in February's reading. With Venus and Neptune in the third house, Capricorn, I think that we are able to communicate in a very pleasant way. I'm not sure that everyone understands what we're communicating about at all times, but just take the time to make sure you're communicating in a way that can be understood and that it's pleasant, if that makes sense. And if we do that, I think it's going to really help and pay off for us. Also be aware that Uranus is direct in our fifth house, so some Caps may be experiencing some issues when it comes to love and romance, especially during the next 2 weeks with this new moon in Aquarius, because Uranus is the natural ruler of Aquarius. So it is going to be affecting our fifth house. Just know that, in our second house of money. All right. So this is just a quick overview, Capricorn, over the next 2 weeks. Keep your eye on your money and be careful about your, watch out for your children and romances and taking chances. Okay. Much love and light to you, Capricorn. And take a moment to like and share our videos. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and be sure to hit that little bell down there so that you know whenever I'm uploading live videos. Okay, all right. So up next, I have the sign of Aquarius. Aquarius. Well, Aquarius, all eyes are on you. This is all about you, Aquarius, over the next 2 weeks. And a lot of Aquariuses may feel like this is their reset. This is your 2020 reset. If things have not been going the way you want them, this is the time that you can, you know, make a commitment to start again. This is your time to start again. And I think when you start again, it's all going to go right this time because this is your time now. The sun is in Aquarius. The moon will be in Aquarius tomorrow. Mercury's in Aquarius. It's your time, Aquarius. So this emphasis over the next 2 weeks, I think it'll be on your personality. There'll be emphasis maybe on your body, on the way uh, your physical self. You may be feeling that a great deal. Um, there is going to be, I believe, some emphasis in your fourth house because Uranus is there. It's direct in Taurus. And, you know, this new moon is happening at 4 degrees. So it's making a direct square to that Uranus in Taurus. I would be cautious of my home life. You might just have more activity in the home. Might want to decorate more, clean up more, refurbish, but just know it's home and family. It could be your family. So there could just be more emphasis in the home and the family during the next few weeks because this new moon is pinging off of that. But a lot of the emphasis is just going to be on yourself, your body, um, the you that is you. So someone said we go back 123.19. Oh, I did put 123.19. Thank you for letting me know that, Bantu Viking. I did not realize I put that. That is my refusal to go into 2020. I'll fix that when I do the edits. Thank you for letting me know. It is for 2020, not for 2019, you guys. Sorry about that. Anyway, Aquarius, thank you so much for letting me interrupt your reading here. Again, the emphasis is going to be on you and on, I believe, your home life. And I would, well, it's your time, Aquarius, so take advantage of it. It's your time, okay? Much love and light to you. Take a moment to like and share our videos and be sure to subscribe to the channel. And when you do, be sure to hit the little button there at the bottom and it'll let you know whenever I'm uploading new videos. Okay. Much love and light to you. Bye. So finally, we have the sign of Pisces. Pisces. Hello, Pisces. This is your new moon reading for January 23rd of 2020. I had 2019 there. So we're going to go ahead and fix that. And the emphasis for you, Pisces, is occurring in your 12th house. This is your 12th house. I always say that the 12th house is the house of self-undoing. And for many people, it is. I'm not sure it's the house of self-undoing for Pisces because it's your own home and it's where you feel comfortable. And so this new moon and sun there might just be illuminating some deep subconscious hidden thoughts and maybe even creativity that was buried and it just kind of comes to the fore. This is because Aquarius is also known as a maverick. Aquarius is known as a brilliant inventor, the great inventor. And it's in your 12th house, which is your house. I think a lot of Pisces are going to be getting great ideas, brilliant ideas in their sleep, in their unconscious state, while they're just sitting around daydreaming or spacing out. You guys might get these unbelievable ideas. And I think with Neptune and Venus in your first house, it could be something very creative or something dealing with creativity. So be aware of that. I mean, Uranus is the great inventor. I think a lot of people forget that. Also, there is still some emphasis in your 11th house in Capricorn. Jupiter's still there, and uh, Saturn and Pluto. And so there could be a great deal of emphasis in friendships, groups, associations, organizations, and things of that nature. And let us not forget, that is the natural house of Aquarius, the 11th house. And so you guys might be getting just either, I would say either a resurgence or something out of the blue when it comes to groups, associations, friends, um, organizations, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, things like that. I think your creativity is going to ping off of that. Also be aware that the natural ruler of Aquarius, which is Uranus, is in the third house of communication. So how would you be affected? I would think through communication and through friends. And I think it'll be a combination of communicating with friends or communicating in groups and organizations and clubs and association. I would think if you are someone who, say, does video like I do on YouTube, right? With the communication, the 11th house, the 12th, and the first here, I'm sensing that you would be able to communicate your ideas, your unique ideas to groups, clubs, associations, and organizations in a way that no one else can do. So that's very interesting when I see it like that. Oh, also, let's not forget that Mars is in Sagittarius still in your 10th house of career. So some Pisces may be having a real push in their career. So that's one of the benefits, I think, of having that Sag Mars up in your 10th house, and also Jupiter in the 11th house of hopes, dreams, and wishes, and the new moon and sun in Aquarius. Now, the funny thing is, the only thing I will say about that, even though I mentioned all the things I just did, the 12th house is a house of self-undoing. And I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't tell you to watch out for self-undoing. And what I mean by that is, using this time to go and just get drunk or stoned or, just do things that you do in secret, hiding and vegging out. Uh, with Neptune in the first house and Venus, it is so tempting to veg out. It will be over the next 2 weeks. And I just want you guys to fight that and somehow work through that Mars in the 10th house, hopefully put your emphasis on your career. And I think that's going to help you a great deal. I really do. So anyway, Pisces, this has just been a quick overview for the next 2 weeks, a new moon reading so that you can know, maybe get a vibe of how this new moon is going to affect you over the next couple of weeks. And I'll be back, in the next week or so just to do the February updates. But yeah, just be cautious of things that you're doing in secret and hiding. Anything that could lead to self-undoing, anything like that, okay? And if you watch out for that, especially as it pertains to friends or local travel or your extended family, okay? All right. Much love and light to you, Pisces. And if you haven't already, please take a moment to like and share our videos, and also subscribe to the channel. And when you do, be sure to hit the little bell down there so that you know whenever I'm about to go live or upload new videos. So much love to you, Pisces. Many blessings. So you guys, this has been my quick new moon readings for 2020. January 23rd, 2020. I will fix that. I do thank Bantu Breaking once again for letting me know I put that little typo back in 2019 again. And we're going forward, right? Only forward motion, you guys, no backward action. So much love, much light, many blessings to everyone out there. May you have a wonderful new moon and may you get all the hopes and dreams of your desires. And if you don't or haven't done so, remember to do your new moon prayer. And how you would go about doing that is I would just either take a bath or even just get into the shower and just think on the things that you most want to accomplish over the next 2 weeks. Whatever those things are, think on those things, think positively about those things, think about all the good positive things that you want to occur while you're taking your shower and while you're dreaming about those things, and let the water wash all the bad away and open you up for all new possible things that can flow into your life. Okay, so at least that's the way I do it. Some, a good way to do it too is if you have some Epsom salt, is to put some Epsom salt in there, because that helps to draw out the negativity. So that's another way you can do it as well. All right. Anyway, you guys, many blessings. I'm out of here. Much love and light to everyone. Bye now.